Okay folks, here's a quick review of the Cloaked Classic Predator figure that was produced by NECA as part of their Predator line of products. I picked this up at Toys R Us for $15.99. And it should be noted that this is a Toys R Us exclusive. Now, as most everyone knows, this is the original Predator that was featured in the first film that came out back in 1987, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger. This particular Predator has been featured by NECA before in this line, in its uncloaked masked form back in Series 3, a battle-damaged form in Series 2, and an unmasked version in Series 1. When I first opened the package, I was immediately greeted by an intense chemical smell, just like what I ran into with the Guardian Predator. And as before, the smell was so potent I had to stop opening the package and get a bit of fresh air as it gave me a really bad headache. I also had to set this package outside to get the smell out of my work area. I don't know what that chemical is, but man, it is potent. When I was finally able to get the figure out of the blister pack, the first thing I did was spray the figure down with some rubbing alcohol and gently dabbed it off with a microfiber rag, just as I did with the Guardian Predator. And as before, that seemed to help with getting rid of the last traces of that chemical smell. Alright, after opening the package, I was puzzled to discover that the plasma caster had come apart. I'd never run into this problem with a NECA Predator figure before, and it took a bit of time to get the plasma caster reconnected to its base properly. I wound up using a pair of tweezers in order to reclip the gun properly on its hinge joint. However, it does still feel a bit on the fragile side when I have moved it, so I advise caution when posing it. Now, the joints on this figure surprisingly all work smoothly right out of the package. I have seen other YouTube reviews where this wasn't the case with this figure, so I feel a bit fortunate to have not experienced that problem. The transparent clear look for this figure is most interesting. It is very attractive, but it is a bit hard to show the detailing on my camera. But I will say that if you see this figure for yourself in the store, you'll agree that the detailing is nicely done, right down to the trophies that adorn its body. The plasma caster on the left shoulder is removable. It sits snugly via pair of slots on the figure's body. The gun itself is on a hinge, as I said, and it is movable, but it is fragile, as I said, so be careful with it. The figure's mask is not removable. So what I'll do here is pause, zoom in, and give you a closer look as to what the figure looks like. Hopefully this will be able to show you what the detailing looks like a bit better. It really is very nice. Alright, there were no other accessories included with this figure. So what I'll do is a quick 360 of the figure and let you see what he looks like from all sides. The figure stands that you see him standing on were not included, and those were purchased separately. What I'll do is put a link in the description to direct you over to a website known as Collector's Warehouse. That's where I got these bases from, and they really do help keeping these figures from tipping over. Alright, so here he is from the front. From the left. From the back. From the right hand side. And finally, here we are once again from the front. And it should also be noted that these wrist blades are manually extendable and retractable. So overall, I like this figure quite a bit. This is an interesting new take on the classic Predator, and I think it's very eye-catching. The only problem that I did run into was with the plasma caster falling apart when I first opened up the package. But I'm pretty confident that I was able to solve that problem, although it still feels quite fragile. But in spite of that problem, I still have no issues in giving this figure a great recommendation. If you see him, pick him up. Alright, so on that note, take care and stay tuned for my next review. Have a good one.